And moving on to a story that no doubt is the biggest fake news story of 2019. Through the day, we will show you how claims and who claims he was part of the team that designed EVMs between 2009 and 2014 just don't add up. In fact, a co-organizer of that event, the Foreign Press Association, has put it on record now that there's absolutely no proof on the allegations made by Shuja. In a tweet, journalist Deborah Bonetti, who was sitting alongside the organizer Ashish Ray, has said, and I quote, "Riveting briefing with cyber expert, but no proof at all for the many extreme allegations made." So this is the statement that's been made by another co-organizer, and interestingly, this is largely the sentiment that's being expressed. I'm taking this across to our editor Niranjan, who's joining us live with more details on this. Niranjan, you're seeing a growing sentiment here, a growing chorus that while these hackers made some wild allegations, no proof being put out whatsoever. There is absolutely no evidence with which this hacker has made any of the extreme claims, from questioning the 2014 Lok Sabha elections and claiming that the entire election process was rigged, to in fact the murder of Gopinath Munde. Several strong allegations being put forth, but what is also common in all of these allegations is that none of them have been backed by any proof whatsoever. Taking this across to Niranjan. Niranjan, over to you.
You know, Akshita, several claims have been made, and Republic TV has been able to spot at least 7 contradictions. And one of them, you know what we'll do through the course of the day, we'll try and play out what this so-called cyber expert said in London at the Indian Journalists Association and the FPA, that's the Foreign Press Association briefing. But there are so many contradictions, we're trying to put them all together. We found at least 10 so far. And what we will now do is take you through the contradictions one by one. This is one of the contradictions, and if my video journalist can just focus on this, is the Foreign Press Association, which was one of the co-organizers, which was the location. The Foreign Press Association briefing room is where this was held. So let's go through the tweets that have been put out by the Foreign Press Association, one after the other. Foreign Press Association tweeted that Syed Shuja says he has survived an attack last Thursday and is now too injured to travel. Shuja alleges it was an intimidation as he accuses last Indian elections of being rigged. No proof of that. And then he says 900 million people are eligible to vote in India this year. Syed Shuja is making very strong but unsubstantiated allegations on rigging happening even now. The Foreign Press Association, which is hosting the briefing, co-organizers say that very strong but unsubstantiated allegations. And as you scroll through their Twitter handle, more and more goes on to show how even they too were finding it difficult to believe some of the claims made. He said, the Foreign Press Association tweets, asking questions to a computer, Syed Shuja claims the Brexit referendum was also hacked in 2016. So this is when the cookie begins to crumble. And then you look at this tweet by Deborah Bonetti. And I'm going to read out, actually let me just click on Deborah Bonetti's profile so that we just give our viewers a brief of who she is. Deborah Bonetti was on stage. You remember there were 2 people. One was Ashish Ray of the Indian Journalists Association. The other was Deborah Bonetti. Deborah Bonetti is an Italian journalist in London writing for Giorno and director of the Foreign Press Association. She's the director of the Foreign Press Association, which was a co-organizer. What does she tweet? She tweets saying that riveting briefing with cyber expert and IJA, but no proof at all for the many extreme allegations. Because even they figured out at some point, the director of the Foreign Press Association also then starts tweeting, saying that so many wild and unsubstantiated allegations were made, there is no proof for any of them. Among them, of course, what interested the media in UK was the claim on Brexit. This so-called cyber expert, whoever he was, because we can't find records of who he is. We have some papers, we're going through them. So far, nothing matches. But he said, and he claimed that the Brexit referendum was also hacked. And that's when people started to ask him questions. The journalists present there, mostly from the London media, and they too claim and say that it was a riveting briefing, all right, with the cyber expert, but no proof at all for the many extreme allegations, including Brexit, which he claims were hacked. Now, this is important also, Akshita, because Ashish Ray, the organizer, we've been in touch with him, And when we asked him that specific question of whether Sibal was there on his own or whether he was there as a representative of the Congress party, he said to Republic TV that he was there. In fact, they invited a lot of people, including the Election Commission. He also said to Republic TV that the only party that sent a representative was Kapil Sibal on behalf of the Congress party. Congress says he was there in his personal capacity. The organizer says he was there on behalf of the Congress party. There are several contradictions, and what we'll do through the day is go through these claims that were made, wild claims, as even what the organizers are saying. They're also calling it wild claims, saying no proof at all for the many extreme allegations. So we'll keep going through these claims made and we'll point out the contradictions. For now, handing it back to you, Akshita.
Yes, Niranjan, and clearly even the organizers forced to admit that there's absolutely no proof, not even an iota of evidence to back the kind of strong allegations that this hacker has put out. Let's in fact play out more reactions, more breaking political reactions on the story.